Hey, what's going on, everyone? On this Saturday, September 15th. How is everyone doing, huh? Well, I'm taking it easy. I woke up late today and then I got my 2 egg sandwich. And so here I am, right? Doing my podcast. Um, how is everyone doing, huh? Good? Good, or goodest? Well, I'm just doing, this podcast on a Saturday night. Um, Maybe that's what I should do. I should just change it to Saturday instead of Sunday, right? The fun day. Because Sunday is usually like, I don't know, like because of Monday. Sunday, I just want to take it easy. I just want to watch a movie and then just relax. So that's why I'm just doing this podcast on Saturdays. I think that's the reason, right or wrong? I think so. How is everyone doing, by the way? Am I repeating myself? I guess I am, right? Well, I got a lot of topics that I want to cover in my cheat sheet on my phone for this podcast, but um, I had dinner at my sister's place last night. She cooked a great, amazing food, and her friends were over, and her friend, she has a newborn, like a 5-month-old baby. So I just took it easy. I just had maybe like a quarter glass of wine, maybe hardly two drinks after food. The food was great, yeah. So I took some of that food with me. I took the Uber and then I just came around like 11 o'clock, I think, last night, which was Friday night, right? And then I just took it easy. I kind of got hungry uh, late night, around like midnight, and then I had that food again. It was amazing. And yeah, I had a great time. I was just joking, with my sister and her friends, and they were like, "Oh, you're a Republican. Whoa, what's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. You know, I'm just being factful. I don't swing one or the other way. I just swing the facts, swing the way the facts are. That's it. You know." So one of our friends actually went to some sort of like human rights, like a dinner, where Hillary Clinton was there, and I was making fun of Hillary Clinton that she's the worst because she, made a joke on Black TV. Not that she made a joke. Well, she made a joke of herself, saying she carries hot sauce, which is fine. But at that point, the host was like, "Are you pandering to the black people?" I don't want to repeat myself, but what she said was, "Is it working? Is it working?" Something like that, right? So bad. Basically, she made a fool of herself. But in any case, okay. So yeah, I had a great time last night. So yeah, here I am. I'm now just taking it easy, right, with my podcast. Um, yeah, I watched what movie I watched today. I was watching. I woke up early and then I was watching. I think I was watching, if I'm not mistaken, I was watching. I was watching. What the hell was that? Netflix or Amazon? Actually, Amazon is better. Amazon is better, and I was watching the Star Wars. or Star Trek. I think I was watching Star Trek, the latest one from 2016, I think, when I woke up. And yeah, so yeah, I was watching that with James T. Kirk and Bones and Spock and all that, right? So yeah, and then I woke up late. I went back into sleep and then I woke up late. I actually was supposed to go to a job site today, but then I was like, yeah, I can't do that. So I told my client, actually, she texted me if I could still make it. I'm like, no, I can't make it. Saturday. Bad idea. So, so yeah, I just took it easy. I'll get there next week. It's not a rush job or anything like that. Well, I mean, I have clients who are, who are serious builders and apartment owners and building owners. But in any case, so yeah, so that's what I did today on Saturday. And here I am doing my podcast, right? What the hell's going on? Okay, so I have this keyboard, right? So I use the keyboard and then I have the mouse, right? See that mouse? It's just convenience, Instead of like reaching out to the goddamn keyboard on the computer and then using the touchpad and all that, it's just convenient. Because sometimes, well, weekdays I usually, check my emails on this computer and then I reply to my emails and etc. When I come back from work. So it's just easier to just type on the keyboard here, on your lap, and then just use the mouse. I think I repeated myself. Did I? Did I repeat myself? I guess I did. In any case, so how is everyone doing on this Saturday in the middle of September, right? Oh, by the way, one of my topics is goddamn hurricane. What's the name of the hurricane? Oh, Florence. Florence leased some destruction to Carolinas, right? I don't know. I guess we'll know how much damage in a few days. And I was looking at the path of the hurricane, right? So it's basically coming. So it went kind of down towards like South Carolina, and now it's gonna come up towards northeast and up to Canada. But at that point, I think it's just a storm. I mean, it's just a tropical depression. I think that's what it's going to be. That's why we have a lot of like fucking clouds, and it has been cloudy, but not a lot of rain. I guess when the hurricane comes up here, then we will see some fucking rain, and hopefully it's not going to be a fucking disaster like Sandy, right? But I guess it has been a disaster for Carolinas. And I was actually watching Bill Maher's show, from last night, Real Time with Bill Maher. He was talking about that. So I feel bad for all the people who actually died during this storm and all that. And there are a lot of people without power, without electricity, right? What I mean by power is without electricity. So hopefully it's not going to be like Harvey or one of those fucking, Maria or one of those, right? That was one of my topics, but I guess I have to talk about it, ahead of getting into my cheat sheet, right? Because that has been in the news. Last night I was, when I was at my sister's place, she moved to a new place on 25th floor. It's a nice apartment. When you look down, it's like fucking scary, But she has some nice views. in Long Island City. I think at some point in time, I think I want to move out there too. But my apartment here in Brooklyn Heights, it's convenient because it's really one stop from Bowling Green. I can take the fucking 4 or 5 or even 2 or 3 trains in just one stop to my office location downtown Manhattan. So I'm gonna stay here at least like another year. So I'm gonna extend the lease, I think. I mean, it's just convenient. And I like my place. I have a nice big living room and the kitchen and all that, right? I get the nice views. I look up and I see these tall buildings, whatever they are, right? Back on Livingston Street. So yeah, that's my plan. But eventually, I think I want to move out there if I couldn't buy it, right? Right. All right. So yeah. So that's what happened with the Hurricane Florence, and yeah. Oh, by the way, so my smart car, I think that's also on a pilot. I called the guy. Okay, so this is what happened, right? So fucked up. So I took it to the mechanic. I told you guys, right, in my last podcast. And then so he finally, ordered the pipe. The antifreeze pipe broke. So he already ordered it, and then he told me that he had to take the engine down, and in order to reach to the line from the tank to the fucking engine, right? So he ordered that, and then he replaced that, and then when I went to pick up, right? When I went to pick up the car, I think when was that? Last Saturday or Sunday, right? And then he told me that, listen, there's an issue with the engine mount. So apparently these fucking smart cars, right? These fucking smart cars are, because they're so low, right? So when you hit the pots and potholes in the city, so obviously, things start breaking, right? So I think that's what happened. He told me that the engine mount was broken, and then he was going to order that. And he said that, all right, so bring it back. He said that the car is working fine. We tested it for half an hour, no leaks, no antifreeze leaks. And he said, all right, so he said that, listen, bring it back in a couple of days so I can replace the engine mount because that's broken. So I said, all right. This was like towards the evening, right? So I then drive, right? I drive up towards from the bottom of the Court Street all the way up towards going towards what do you call my place, right? And then the engine, not the engine light, but the oil light comes on. The oil light comes on, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Oil light comes on, and when I stop at a red light, right? The fucking thing, the engine starts rattling, and then it almost just stops. Engine stops. So I had to push the fucking gas pedal. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I called the guy. I parked it and I called the mechanic and I said, listen, this is the engine sign is coming on. The oil sign is coming on, and then on and off, actually on and off, yeah. And then the car's engine rattles, and then it almost stops, turns off. He's like, oh, that's the issue, the engine oil. But you didn't check that, so maybe it needs engine oil. All right, so I took it, right? I took the car back to my smart car back to the mechanic, and then he was like, all right, so put it up there, And I turned it off, and then He's like, yeah, okay, bring it up here so we can, change the oil. So I gave the key to the mechanic, and then he started to. I mean, he tried to turn it on, but it won't turn on. It won't fucking turn on. I tried it too. It won't fucking turn on. And then what happened was the same fucking thing happened. All of a sudden, a lot of smoke in the bag, and then the fucking antifreeze spill. So basically, the pipe broke again. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? The guy was like, oh, you know what? I mean, the mechanic was like, you know what? I think it's the engine mount. You need the engine mount because the engine moves when you drive and when it's on. So we need to replace the engine mount. Otherwise, it's going to break again. I'm like, okay, so how much is it going to charge? He's like, we're going to take the engine down, but we're not going to charge you for any of the labor, just the part and, whatever the engine mount costs. So I called the guy today and I asked him, listen, so when is it going to be ready for pickup? He was like, Monday. I'm like, listen, man, I need the car. And the guy was nice. And it has been like over a week, actually, like 10 days. That fucking thing happened with the fucking coolant, right? And yeah, so I'm like, hey man, listen, I really need the car. He's like, yeah, the mount didn't come. We had ordered it, but it didn't come. But Monday definitely. So I don't know. Do I trust these people? I don't fucking know. He's gonna probably say, oh, the mount didn't come. This is the problem with these fucking mechanics in Brooklyn. Alright? But in any case, so hopefully, it's going to be ready. It's my car. It's my toy. I drive into the city. Listen to radio. I make phone calls and all that, right? And it's a convenient. I mean, it's a convenience, not convenient. Well, it is convenient and it's a convenience, right? Because I can't deal with that summer heat down in the fucking subway, right? They don't even have any fucking fans down there. Forget the fucking AC, right? That's how fucking corrupt the MTA is. Nobody fucking cares, right? But in any case, so without ranting about the fucking subway, that was my take on my Smartcar. Sorry, 18 minutes. Ladies and gents. So, every other gender associates out there. So, yeah, so that's what happened with my Smartcar, and such a fucking disaster, dude. Same exact fucking thing happened at the mechanic shop. I drove it, I turned it off, and then he was like, oh, bring it here. And then I gave the key to the fucking one of his guys. He was started to turn it on, it won't turn on. And I was trying to turn it on, and then all of a sudden, fucking smoke came out in the fucking bag. I'm like, fuck this shit. And so he was like, yeah, well, you need the engine mount, man. You need the fucking engine mount because that's broken, and the engine is it's wobbling and it's moving. So I'm like, yeah, let's why don't you fucking order that, sir? And let's get it done because I can't afford, And the guy actually gave me a discount. He's like, we're not gonna charge you for the fucking taking down, for the labor to take down the fucking engine to replace the pipe again. The pipe, I think, from Daimler Benz is about $70 because he showed me the receipt. And then the mount, I think, I'm not sure how much the amount is, but he said that he's gonna charge me $250 for everything. I'm like, all right, okay, that sounds reasonable for a place like fucking New York, right? Right. So in any case, uh, that's my rant on my goddamn smart car. I miss my car, man. I miss my fucking car, dude. I need that. In any case, so yeah, so I'm just taking it easy, doing my podcast on this Saturday. I got a lot of work that I need to focus on, next week. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just focus on my fucking work. Hopefully, pick up the car Monday after work, right? The place closes. What time the fucking place closes? The mechanic shop. Oh, 8 o'clock. So I guess I can get there by 7:30 and pick it up. I'm gonna call them on Monday when I get to work, and then just make sure that it's ready. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and yeah, so that's my smart car story, and my toy. I miss it. You know? I mean, it's out of my convenience. All right. So how is everyone doing, by the way? Yeah. Is everyone out there, about there, partying? Oh, by the way, I ran into this guy. What's his name? I forgot the name. I used to go to like these rave fucking parties in Bushwick, right? The guy is from Greece, and then he runs one of those like underground rave parties called Resolute. I fucking forgot it. So I'm walking from the supermarket in Long Island City, right, to my sister's place. And then some guy is like kind of yelling at me. Not really yelling, but he was like saying something I couldn't. And I looked at him, and he's like, "Oh shit! Oh, I know this guy." So he runs one of those fucking underground rave parties. Like, no parties anymore for you. He's Greek. He's Greek, so he has this fucking accent. No party, man. I'm like, no. Kind of old, man. And then he was like, I think he was picking up his car or something like that. I think he lives in Long Island City as well.
Strange thing, because to get to a place where you aren't such a cunt and where you aren't trapped, you need to first understand that what.
What the hell was that? Oh, I was listening to goddamn Joe Rogan, his podcast on SoundCloud. That's what it was. Sorry. In any case, so yeah, I was listening to Joe Rogan, and then I was listening to Bill Maher, obviously, his show, real time, last night, which I usually watch and listen to on Saturday, right? Yeah, he brings in like very famous people, obviously, from politicians to Pulitzer Prize winner writers to former Microsoft CEOs to and whatnot, right? Because he has a lot of following, obviously, Bill Maher. And yeah, so I was listening to that. And obviously, Bill Maher is a very liberal guy. He's a Democrat. And it's all about bashing Trump and all that bullshit, right? Yeah, so I was joking with my sister and her friend last night, and they thought I was a Republican. I'm like, I'm not even a citizen. How can I be a Republican? I'm just being factful. And that Hillary Clinton wasn't an angel. I don't agree with a lot of things that Trump does, but I don't also agree with a lot of things that liberals do. Are their policies. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Right? Just like it doesn't make any fucking sense for many things that Trump does. Are often. It's the same fucking cycle. That's gonna get repeated. First the Democrats win, they are in the fucking Congress, our House of Representatives, for like fucking 8 years, right? Or 4 fucking years. And then the Republicans come, they took over, and then it's like a fucking cycle. That's what it is. That's what the fucking politics is, right? Exactly. That's why I don't want to talk about politics on my podcast. Right? There's no point. There's no fucking point in talking about politics. It's all bullshit. Right? Alright. I mean, you can't avoid listening to radio or anything like that and not just, like close out your ears. It's impossible. However, at least, I'm just doing my podcast, talking about things that I relate to, right? I don't relate to fucking politics, right? Or the liberal, or the fucking conservative idea, or the fucking, where the fuck it is, right? In any case, so that was my rant on that one. Was that even a rant? I don't think so. I'm just saying. So yeah, I talked to the mechanic, and I was curious what the hell's going on with my car. He never called. Fucking guy never called. And I was like, oh, the mount is, we haven't received the mount yet, and like a fucking he's Indian or Pakistani, one of those like fucking guys, right? But in any case, so I'm just hoping that there's nothing else wrong with the fucking car, because it's gonna be otherwise. If I have to spend like another $1,000, I'm just gonna fucking sell it to a fucking junkyard, Fuck that bullshit. Not to a junkyard, but to someone, right? But in any case, so that's my rant on that one. And how's everyone doing? It's already 28 minutes into my podcast. And Florence, I don't know what the status is. Let me ask Siri for a second. Hi, Siri. What is this latest on Hurricane Florence?
Sorry, I don't have information about hurricanes, but I can search for it on the web.
Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck? It said you could search on the web, but let me just search myself. God damn it. There's public radio. I listened. Hurricane Florence latest. Latest, right? These fucking hurricanes. And the climate change and all that fucking bullshit, right? Well, I mean, it's not bullshit, but... Okay, so days of flooding ahead in the Carolinas as... Oh, that's CNN. Okay, so why don't they just go to fucking CNN app, right? Instead of go to the fucking websites. Okay, so... Days of flooding ahead in the Carolinas as Florence leaves at least 11 dead. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. North Carolina apartment complex submerges in floodwaters. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? It's a lot of fucking water I can see. Holy shit, dude. It is like fucking the whole fucking like coastal towns are buried in water. Are they like swimming in water? Holy shit. The apartment complex? Submerged in flood. Can you believe that? Holy shit. So in any case, so that's the latest on fucking Florence. These goddamn hurricanes, and apparently there are two other, at least like tropical storms behind fucking Florence. And I need to buy a new fucking shirt, right? And my condolences and my well wishes for all the people down there in Carolinas. I mean, that's all I can say. Um, I don't know. I think because of climate change, the storms and the hurricanes and the fucking there was something else was going on. Oh, in fucking Philippines. Was that Thailand or Philippines? There was another fucking typhoon. Typhoon, hurricane, same fucking thing, right? Just different terms, right? So I think it's going to be worse because of the climate change. I think if we screwed up this fucking planet, and now it's going to be a fucking reality, right? Right. So um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, hopefully not. That this is the irreversible fucking shit that we did by contributing to fucking greenhouse gases and the global warming and all that fucking, losing ice and all that. Oh, by the way, so one of the news I was reading on BBC was that NASA just launched a ICET 2. It's a probe that actually sends lasers down to the Earth, and then I think somehow measures the amount of ice. I think that's part of the climate change research of NASA, I think, because of what the fuck's happening with like us losing ice. I mean, the sea levels are going to rise and how much ice we have left and all that, right? In any case, so I don't want to go on and on about that, but they just launched one of those satellites from California on one of those rockets, right? It's called ICET 2. You can look it up. And I was actually reading about that today, I think this morning. Or maybe yesterday I was reading about it. But in any case, so that's an interesting mission, right? Because we're losing ice in fucking Antarctica and Greenland and all that fucking bullshit, right? Because of global warming. And I don't want to go on and on about that. However, Florence, fucking Florence, devastated the Carolinas. It looks like a fucking shit show. If you look at the fucking picture, right? On CNN, or if you have CNN app, right? Pumpkin seeds. Mega Omega. Mega Omega, Mega. I'm not. Okay, I'm not trying to advertise these Mega Omega or whatever the hell it is, right? But it's good for your health. Nuts and seeds and all that, right? Except for goddamn peanuts, I can eat peanuts. What else is going on, huh? How is everyone doing? Good? Yeah, so I watched Star Trek, and I think there are some like really good movies coming up. I think the new Star Trek is coming up. I think 2019. I think so. 2019, yeah. And then the Solo movie, right? Fucking Solo. I'm still waiting for it to actually show up on Netflix or fucking Amazon. I don't know when it would be available. So one of the family friends, he was asking me if I have watched Solo, and I told him, listen, yes. Don't expect any fucking Jedi or the Force. It's all about fucking galactical thugs and fucking criminals and all that, right? Woody Harrelson isn't there, besides the protagonist. What's his name? I forgot. And then his girlfriend. So yeah, that's an interesting movie. Although I think it was a bomb at the box office. Is that what they call it? When it doesn't make as much as its predecessor movies make, such as like fucking Rogue One. I think it made a lot of money, and then Force Awakens. Obviously, it was one of the highest grossing movies, and then The Last Jedi, I think. But the Solo, it was a flop, I think. And it was one of the most expensive movies to make, and it only made like what, $100 million over its budget. I think that's what it was. That's what it's called, a bomb, right? 36 minutes, ladies and gents. How are you all doing? Oh, the soda. I'm just taking it, as I always do. I'm an old man, yeah. Well, I'm not old, but old enough to just take it easy, Ocean's 8. I'm looking at the TV screen. It says Ocean's 8. I have the fucking Apple TV. Ocean's 8. Isn't that all about like females? Females and all that? Ocean's 8 original was what? Who, George Clooney? And now it's like a fucking female ensemble. I don't fucking know. But in any case, I don't want to go on and on about. It's already 10:25 p.m. on a Saturday night, right? But I want to soon get into my cheat sheet because I have a lot of great topics that you all, I presume, relate to in your daily lives, right? Yeah, so Apple TV has got a Netflix. I didn't know that. Apple TV has Netflix as well. Oh shit. Actually, I don't like Netflix. I actually like Amazon better, to be honest with you. But in any case, I don't want to go on and on about this. So maybe 38 minutes. Maybe we should just get into not our, but my cheat sheet, right? Right. Okay. So my first topic in my cheat sheet is, ladies and gents and every other gender associates. By the way, I feel like I need something that's missing in my apartment. What the hell is that missing? I'm just trying to understand. A girlfriend? Well, yeah. No, but I feel there's something missing, like in terms of furniture or something like that. I feel, but maybe not. I mean, I have the couch, this couch, and the other couch from IKEA. And by the way, so I went to my sister's place, right? She moved to a new place. I went there for the first time. It's a nice place on the 25th floor, right? Am I repeating myself? I guess I am, right? But her living room is not that big as my living room is, right? But she's paying more or less the same price, I think. And my living room is like, it's big. It's like, I have like two couches that I fit, and then the TV, the TV table, and all that, right? And then the coffee table. Although I don't drink coffee, coffee is a drug, as you know. I mean, it's a mild form of like cocaine, or what the fuck it is, right? Right, but in any case, so a lot of shit going on around the globe, right? Not that I care about, you know. Forget the globe, sir. All you have to care about is around your life and what you are uh, preferencing in terms of your life and your work and your love life and all that, right? So my, so I've been lately like thinking, after I went to a vacation in Colorado, I think I said that in my previous podcast, that I've been thinking actually to move up there. I was talking to my sister, and the reason why I actually went to have dinner with my sister's place was because her friend is from Colorado, and I need some leads, to establish my business there. And I told my sister, and like, listen, I appreciate that you guys doing this, but I need a couple of years, at least a couple of years, to move out there because I have serious clients in New York. I can't just move out there, just because I want to move out there. Of course, I do want to move out there. I want to raise kids there. It's like so beautiful, and there's construction everywhere there. It's just amazing. But in any case, so let's just get into our cheat sheet. My first topic is U.S. Open and UEFA Nations League, right? UEFA, I think that's European. United, what are the hell that? So U.S. Open, right? U.S. Open is, it's a tennis championship that happens in September, right? I think towards the end of August and the first week of September. So what happened with Serena Williams, with that fucking umpire and what she said and all that bullshit, right? And then she was fined, I think, like $17,000. So there's a lot of like mixed emotions among like people, and there's like gender involved, and why the male players don't get that type of like treatment and all that, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm unbiased on that one, so I don't know what the hell happened, and I'm not an expert on that. Women in general, yes, have been discriminated throughout the history of this goddamn planet. But did that actually make her anger justify? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. So look it up in the UEFA Nations League. So what the hell is UEFA Nations League? That's soccer, right? AKA football that the Europeans call it. So UEFA. What the F? What the UEFA, yeah, UEFA. UEFA Champions League. It's a Champions League actually, yeah. So it's basically a lot of a lot of European soccer teams, including Real Madrid, Valencia, Manchester City, Manchester United, and all that, like Liverpool, Inter Milan, Barcelona, right? So that's the fucking the soccer tournament. It's not the fucking World Cup, but whatever, right? I was just looking it up. So that's my topic, my first topic. My second topic is Florence. I think I ranted about Florence already. so we don't have to bash Florence again. Although Florence bashed the Carolinas, right? Yeah, that's fucking bad, dude. That's fucking. I hope nothing happens up here. I don't think it's going to be anything worse than just some rain. Because once a fucking hurricane makes a landfall, right? Then the things change because there's a different temperature, there's a different pressure, and it can't gain. It cannot gain on the speeds and the fucking rain and all that, right? It could while it's on top of water, right? Sea water in fucking Atlantic, right? Goddamn it, dude. This fucking storms, dude. I think we are actually really experiencing climate change. I don't deny that. A lot of people do deny that, but it's their fucking foolishness. But in any case, at the same time, I want to act like George Carlin and say, listen, you fucking liberal bikers, excuse me, who are actually in this notion that that the planet would die. No, it won't. It won't shit us out into the fucking space, and then it would recreate itself. That's how powerful this planet, right? I think that's what it is. But I don't know. But that may take like 1,000,000 years. We're talking about like 100 years. I mean, not even 100 years. Like whatever the fuck we read, right? In terms of like emitting like all these fucking greenhouse gases, right? In the past 50 years, industrialization and all that bullshit, right? All right. So my next topic, my smart car update. Okay, so I think I rented on about my smart car, and hopefully I can pick it up on fucking Monday because it's not cool that I didn't have my smart car for like fucking 10 days now. What the fuck, dude? I fucking hate this. That's like my toy. I can't. It's just, I mean, I can't say that I can't live without my smart car, but I'm just saying, that's convenience, you know? But in any case, so I talked about that. It's already 48 minutes. My next topic is NASA's Lucy mission. Now, what the fuck is Lucy mission? Let's look it up, right? Because I don't want to give you all wrong information. NASA Lucy mission. Okay, here you go. Okay, the first mission, Lucy, the first mission is Jupiter's Trojans. Jupiter's swarm of Trojan asteroids may be remnants of the primordial material that formed the outer planets and serve as time capsules from the birth of our solar system more than 4 billion years ago, right? The Trojans orbit in two loose groups that orbit the Sun, with one group always ahead of Jupiter in its path, the other always behind. These two Lagrange points, the bodies are specified by the Sun, are stabilized by the Sun and Jupiter in a gravitational balancing act. So basically, I think they're going to send this. Lucy will be the first space mission to study the Trojans. So Trojans are these asteroids, apparently. Right? These asteroids that actually revolve around the Sun. And apparently Lucy is going to actually study them. Is that the fucking Kuiper belt? Is that something fucking else? I'm just trying to understand. Trojans. What the fuck? But in any case, so that's my take on Lucy. You guys can look it up for yourself. NASA's Lucy mission. All right, for all you iPhone enthusiasts out there, Apple has come up with new iPhone XS or XR, right? So I was actually listening to the keynote, right? Keynote where Apple introduces its new products, right? With Tim Cook and his engineers, and they made a cool video, like a cool 1 minute before the fucking thing, right? But in any case, so Apple has come up with a new iPhone. Apparently, it has some cool features. Actually, my sister was asking me about the last one. It has some cool features. It has a new fucking Retina, not Retina, but it has some new fucking technology that they have used to come up with the screen. And you guys can look it up, and it's fascinating actually. But don't buy the retail, because retail price is like $1,300. iPhone XS, right? Here we go. iPhone XX, right? So AT&T, $38. Here you go, iPhone XS. So if you go to apple.com, right? Welcome to big screen, right? Super Retina in 2 sizes, including the largest display ever on an iPhone. Ever faster Face ID, the smartest, most powerful chip in a smartphone. Oh yeah, so it's like a bionic chip and all that bullshit, right? The custom OLED displays on iPhone XX deliver. So basically, they have come up with new hardware and all that, right? New camera resolution and all that bullshit, right? And so yeah, you guys can look it up, you iPhone lovers and all that. So yeah, that's the new iPhone, which I'm not gonna buy until maybe next year, right? Unless Verizon gives me a really good deal, and I'm convinced that I really need that phone as compared to iPhone X that I already had. I have an iPhone X. I don't know. But some people are crazy about these gadgets. They would go to fucking Apple Store in the fucking I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning. They sleep there. Which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But in any case, so that's my take on. It's already 53 minutes. That's my take on iPhone XS. So it comes in 2 sizes. You guys can look it up. My next topic, my second last topic, is Bezos' charity. So Jeff Bezos has been criticized. He's the richest guy on this planet, on this fucking known universe, right? He has been criticized for not giving out to non-profits, right? But he just donated $2 billion. That's a fucking lot of money, man. $2 fucking billion to schools and homeless, I think. But they're still criticizing him. I don't know. I'm neutral on that. I am not donating any money, nor am I rich as Bezos. I send money to my family. I mean, my extended family, because they need that. And I'm basically a poor guy. I don't. I mean, I'm far from being Bezos. And actually, my sister, who actually studied in Germany, she was texting me. And actually, I have to send her some money, like a couple $100. Not that she was texting me for that, but I realized I usually send her like a couple $100 every month, but she's pretty self-reliable, self-reliant, because she has saved some money. Um, she's studying computer science, so I have to actually. I told her that listen, you should come to uh, you should come to New York in your next vacation. So I'll probably send her like a money for the plane ticket and all that, right? All right. So in any case, so my second last topic was Jeff Bezos charity. So he donated about $2 billion. That's a lot of fucking money. But he's worth more than $100 billion. So there you go. All right, so it's already 56 minutes, 17 seconds, ladies and gents, and every other gender associates. Boeing 777. So Boeing, as you know, is a company that makes planes, commercial planes. They have, and now they are trying to come up with Boeing 777, which is one of the largest planes. It's like fucking 110 feet wide. So that means just the width. Just imagine, which means that you can actually have two fucking aisles, right? And so that's what I think they were trying to do as a test flight or as a prototype, right? Prototype, is that how you say? However you say it, it's already 57 minutes. So I presume you all are having a great weekend, as I am, taking it easy, doing my podcast. I'm gonna watch a movie and then I'm just going to pass the fuck out, right? Exactly. So I'll speak to you all next Saturday or Sunday, the fun day. Oh shit! I gotta use the mouse. Damn it!